Welcome back to another great episode of Cooking with Rico Show. Yes, I am your host, The Cook. I hope you guys are ready because we're going Guatemala today, everybody. We're taking it back to Guatemala. Let's go! Hit it! Where's that flag? That's what I need. Let's go. You and I, we're going to make Guatemalan Enchiladas. Oh, wait, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. Hey, I have to tell you, I do have a real Guatemalan that's here. She flew in from Guatemala just to taste my food, right? And she's gonna be testing that food process that I actually have. She's gonna be looking at everything that I'm doing. It's like supervisors in the back. All right, everybody, let's get down with the ingredients because there's a lot that comes down with Guatemalan enchiladas. You gotta have the tostadas. You gotta have them. The tostadas, you gotta have them. How else are you gonna actually have it, right? Then, of course, we have some salt, right? Salt that you're gonna actually see that I'm gonna be putting in with the meat as well as for the salsa, the tomatoes and onions. So I got chicken bouillon. The chicken bouillon, I got 2 tablespoons of that. That's gonna actually go in with the ground beef as well as with the salsa también. So, and also when I'm speaking in Spanglish, you guys understand, it's the salsa. You already know what that is, not the dancing. So I got a tablespoon of oregano, a tablespoon of parsley that we're gonna add as far as the finishing touches. We have garlic, ajo. Yeah, so we're gonna actually have 3 cloves of that. We're gonna be dicing that baby up. Of course, you know, we have the tomato, however way you wanna say it, we're gonna be using that today. We have some Queso Fresco. Hey, ooh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, this is gonna be good because we're gonna need that at the end. Okay, we also have thyme, right? What time is it? It's thyme time. All right. Then we have some cabbage, baby. Woo-wee. The cabbage is gonna be really good. The cabbages, you'll see what we're gonna do as far as with that. Then we have some carrots for the bunny rabbits. Ground beef, we need it. So make sure you have, I'm gonna actually use a pound of ground beef here. We have bay leaves. We're gonna add some bay leaves. Now this is all about aroma and it does taste good with bay leaves, but this is about the aroma. So we're gonna add a few bay leaves to 2 pieces of this. The first one is, of course, when we start sauteing the onions and the thyme, and then we're gonna add some more bay leaves with the beets. The beets. Of course, there's always good with olive oil. You can use just the regular olive oil, cooking olive oil, or you can actually use the extra virgin olive oil. And then we have cebolla. We have the onions. We're gonna be chopping, dicing up some onions as well. And then we have some green beans. Yes, we're gonna chop that up. The beets. So when I say beets, don't think about right? So we have the beets that we actually have to make sure that we rinse first, and then we're gonna actually boil. We're gonna boil these for 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm gonna actually start that right away because we got some preparing of our vegetables to actually do and putting all of our meat together. Then I have 2 boiled eggs, right? If you don't know how to cook, sometimes they say the only thing I know how to make is boiled eggs. Well, there you have it. We're gonna have some boiled eggs and make sure we're gonna keep that cool at the end so we can make sure we chop that up, make it look nice right on top for great presentation. You know, one thing that we are going to add when the finishing touches, we're gonna add a piece of lettuce at the bottom. That's a traditional Guatemalan thing. So we're gonna add that and then we're gonna put all of our toppings on top of that. So this is of course a natural taste from my people from Guatemala, Guatemaltecos. You know, love you guys. Champinas, right? Champinas, eh? I'm gonna put this off to the side and then we'll crowd up some more space. All right. Okay, everybody, of course I have wash these carrots. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna shave off as far as the excess, the stuff that we don't actually need. So we're gonna bring this down here. The kitchen will be messy today, so just so you guys know. That's big carrot, isn't it? I know the bunny rabbits really like these big carrots here. Normally what you can do is you can chop these and kind of make it like square if you wish. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually use my grater on here, and I'm gonna see how it actually looks. So yeah, we can do it kind of like that, right? We'll use the grater and actually have it here. Now also, while the beets are actually boiling, once it gets like really like high in regards to boiling itself, I'm gonna turn it down to low. Look at that, looks beautiful. We might just need to use just one. Wow, that's awesome. All right, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, everybody, it's time for the cabbage now. When slicing cabbage, you see that it's actually coming out long way. That's very specific for Guatemalans. I realized that. And it's almost like as if you're just shaving it off, right? And when you're shaving it, you gotta make sure that you break this baby up to make sure it looks like it's actually stringy. Now, what you can also do is, now I have a saucepan. So my saucepan is pretty small as far as with the beets. We're gonna actually put this in, immerse this as far as with the beet, the sauce itself. And then you might need to cut up more. So I might need to add more to actually submerge all of the water and as far as the color of the beets and go from there. And any other bigger pieces that you may have, just put that off to the side. Or what you can also do is you can actually just chop it up as well and make it stringy. También. So, and if you don't know how to speak Spanish, welcome. Welcome. Because I'll be speaking Spanglish to you. All right. Man, this is so much fun though. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you can actually have so many different pieces. We have that, another cleanup that we actually need to do. Now, let's get to the onions, the cebolla. I've been crying all week. This is my onion. Oh, look at that knife. Oh my God, I love this knife. I love this knife. I mean, I'm telling you, look how it's just like, this should be like on, what is it? The HGTV or whatever, where they sell all of those different types of.
All right, then we have, that's the Storm Chaser 3. That's actually the newest Storm Chaser.
Here goes the crying. Wow, look at that, look at that. And you know, dicing up onions is just, and it will be a mess. It will be a mess, everybody. Try to keep it all in the middle. Okay, I'm starting to cry now. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. All right, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, baby. Everywhere. Oh, I love cooking. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to cut our green peas. Okay, this will be good. One thing I love about this board as well too, it has the grooves, so if it tries to roll off, it says, get over here. All right. Okay, last but not least, let's get over here. Let's get our tomatoes. Then we're ready to start cooking, everybody. All right, let's dice up some tomatoes. So, while I'm dicing up the tomatoes, I think our beets are ready to go. Take the beets out and put that in the bowl and let that cool off. I did finish the hard-boiled egg already, so that's cooling as well. There we go. All right. Start the cooking. You use garlic in your food? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Garlic, we need it. Forget about it. So we actually, remember, put bigger part and then make it crack. Make it crumble, and it makes it easy for the shell to come off. See? Put that off to the side. The garlic, we're just gonna dice this baby up. Now, garlic is also really good for you, right? It's really good. It's really good for your health. So, you know, that's why the Italians live longer, huh? Let's start sauteing our onions. Let's go. All right, everybody. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to saute our onions. So I'm gonna do kind of like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now you can also use extra virgin olive oil. Of course, I like to test it just to see if it's actually going to sizzle. See that? I just put the oil in. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in my onions. Now, if you need to put in some more olive oil, please do so. You don't wanna burn the bottom. It might get a little dark, but of course you wanna make sure that you're sauteing them. About 2 minutes. I have my heat on medium. Smells good. While that's sauteing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the beets that I have. I'm gonna bring this off to the side. So now these are done, they're tender as well. So I'm gonna leave this off to the side just so it can actually. All right, so now these are actually good. So now I'm gonna add in my garlic. Might add in just a little bit more of olive oil here. I'm gonna add in 3 of the thyme. Just 3 of them. And then I'm gonna add in 2 bay leaves. Smell that? My Guatemalan supervisor is like, yeah, it's time to eat. So to the side, make some room. So I'm adding just enough to so we're gonna add in a little bit of salt. Remember, you're gonna use some of the salt for later. And we're gonna add in a tablespoon of, now this is 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna use half of this. Now, of course, now you're gonna get the juices from the ground beef. Next, I'm gonna add in my diced. Now we're starting to clear up some space around here. Now I'm gonna add in my carrots, green beans. This is going to cook for at least 25 minutes. So now what we're gonna do is the juices from the beets. First, we got some more bay leaves that we need to put in. And then we're gonna actually throw in at least some more thyme. It's time for some thyme. Let's do 3, shall we? Okay, that looks good, that looks good. All right, so now what we're gonna do is put in our cabbage. I'm gonna let that sit. Now, normally, once you emerge as far as all of that together, you can use, man, it's so good. It's so good. You're gonna let that, when we put the beets and everything together with this, and we get that nice red color. Normally, you will put this in for at least 24 hours, because it really, the longer it sets, it's like a marinade. In this case, of course, we're gonna use this, we're gonna eat it right away, right? But then if you have leftovers, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge, and then you will be good to go. So I'm gonna continue to let this merge here. So we're gonna add in some salt here, give it a nice little flavor here. This is good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain this. So I'm gonna let this sit for at least 5 more minutes. And then I'm gonna check in on our beef. Now that we have the beets, it's actually pretty cooled off here, so we're gonna actually dice up our beets. you want to. You can also peel the skin off of them. It's really easy to do so, but I'm gonna leave the skin on. And what I'm gonna do is we're going to chop these babies up and dice them. Nice color to it. Look at that. Make sure you have a nice strainer, and then we're gonna put this all together. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to see how it has a nice little red. That's from the beet juice. Beet juice. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back over here. So I'm gonna add in some of beets. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna submerge. It's a small bowl. Actually, I'm gonna transfer this to another bowl. We're gonna mix this all together here. We're gonna make this change color. But now we know exactly why you want to marinate it, because it actually comes out the way you really want it to come out, right? And it's time for us to blend in our 2 tomatoes and, of course, our onions. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to chop up some onions. We're not gonna dice them. We're gonna make like kind of an onion ring. And then we're going to saute them just for a little bit. And then we're going to put that all in a blender. That's gonna be our salsa for the finishing touches. So now it's time for us to make our salsa. We're gonna actually put in our rings. So when you cut them up, just put them in the rings here. And we're gonna saute our onions. You don't wanna burn them, but just saute them just for a little bit. Make sure they get nice and tender. Then we're gonna transfer them to our blender. Our 2 tomatoes, we're gonna put those in there, in the blender. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer our onions to the blender. Let her rip. All right, we good there? So, not that long, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn back on our stove. Add in the rest of our onion and our salt. I'm gonna let that cook for at least 10 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're gonna start preparing our enchiladas. Look at that. What a beauty. I think the Guatemalans gonna love me on this one. And of course, we completed our beets with cabbage. And of course, we have the bay leaves. And now we're just finishing up our salsa. And that's for 10 minutes. Now I have that on medium. And you can also bring it down lower if you want to, just to have a nice little simmer to it. Don't forget, we have our eggs. Huevos. Right, so we have this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually, slice this up. But you know how to slice up a hard-boiled egg. Everybody does. I told you guys we had a real Guatemalan here. Para mis guatemaltecos, chapines, right? Yep. We have Diana Ramirez here, as far as with me.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
So I am happy to actually have you here to taste this. Now, by me cooking from different nationalities, different cultures, of course, this is something from your country, right? So I'm going to fix it as the way you guys would fix it in Guatemala, right? So the first, I know the ingredient that we have when plating or when you're designing presentation, we got the lettuce, right? So I'm gonna put the lettuce on top here, right? So I know that you guys also put in the meat right on top, or it's the cabbage, right? So what would you prefer?
The meat.
The meat. Okay. Yes. All right. So we're gonna go towards the meat. Make sure I get this right for you here. Of course, we got to pick that up because I'm gonna make sure it looks right. All right. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna put the meat there. All right, let's do some more.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, all right. So I got that there, right? Okay, all right. All right. So now we have. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually put 1 onion.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna put 1 onion. Right. So I'm gonna put that here, right on top, and then I'm going to add in a nice egg on top here.
It's like a little crown.
It's a little crown.
Aww.
Oh, nice. I like that. Okay, and then now we finish it off with a little bit of salsita, right? A little bit of salsa. So we're gonna put that salsa right there on top. Let me know if you want a little bit more.
I do. I like the salsa.
Oh, you like the salsa?
One of my favorite things. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook you up.
Thank you.
As far as with that, cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the cheese there, right? So I got the Queso Fresco aquí. Ooh, that all around there because I want to make sure it looks crazy. Okay, all right, yeah. Go ahead, yes. Okay. Last but not least, I have the oregano, and then I have the parsley. Now this one is for you because I want to see you eat it first.
Okay.
Right? Because I want to know exactly what it tastes like and let me know how it is.
Okay.
So of course this is for me, so I'm gonna let you go right ahead.
Well, if you insist,
I insist.
I'll go first.
Please do.
So the hardest thing is for it not to break.
Mm-hmm.
It takes skills, you know?
Okay. All right. All right. That's the Guatemalan style, everybody. Let you guys know. The Guatemalan style. Okay, let me get you a napkin.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I got it.
You got it?
All
Okay.
the flavors together,
Okay.
combined,
Combine.
it's like, oh my God.
It's like a party in your mouth.
It is.
Okay,
It really is.
okay. I like that. As you can see, Guatemalan taste testing this. And yeah, it's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna
It
go
really
everywhere.
is. Amazing.
Yeah? Yeah?
Amazing.
Okay, all right. There you have it, everybody. I am super happy.
Delicious.
So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and eat an enchilada myself. So I'm gonna actually serve myself. You can continue to eat because I want you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. All those colors.
It's a beautiful thing. It is beautiful.
It is.
All right. So, all right, everybody. Here I go. So I'm gonna bring it all the way to the top here because it might just start falling everywhere, but that's okay. We're in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yours didn't.
That's it. This is good.
It's delicious.
This is really good.
I haven't had one in forever. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. We have to have a real Guatemalan in here to taste test cooking with Rico. And I'm so happy that you enjoy it. I'm glad.
Yes.
To all of my Guatemaltecos, I survived. She rocked it out for me, and I'm so glad. She saw the whole process,
Yes.
and everything went as planned. Man, Diana, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
on
for
the
having
show.
me.
Thank you
you for
so much.
having me.
Everybody, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, and also Instagram, Cooking with Rico Show. Make sure you please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Follow me. Man, I'm just cooking some crazy stuff around here, and I'm just so happy. Crazy, but party in your mouth crazy. All right, everybody, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Later.